with
Pasok
the
ko yan.
other social enterprise. And that's really nice that you have clarified na, you don't own the land, it's actually from the farmer, and you actually buy all of these products from them. So that's really nice. I'm just curious, Miss November or Miss Tina, how long do you have to wait for the cinnamon tree to grow or para ma-harvest yung isang tree from the seedling?
Yes. Sa experience namin, about 2 years, yung plant is around 6 to 10 feet. No, yon. So,
Oh.
syempre, pag inalagaan mo, lagyan mo ng organic fertilizer, tataba din siya. Tapos, of course, depende din kung saan mo siya tinanim. So, the first is paano mo siya tinanim. Second, kung ano yung conditions around. No? So, for example, may isa doon na he's an old man. Tuwang-tuwa ako doon kasi sinabihan siya nung kanyang asawa na sabi niya, gupitan mo yung cinnamon. Natutunan ko din sa kanya para lumago. Alam mo, siya mismo he's an uneducated person, pero sabi niya, itong plant na to, i-cut ko siya, itong plant na to, hindi ko siya i-cut. Clearly, yung kinat niya ganon, yung cinnamon isang ganito, right? Nung kinat niya ganon, tumubo, 3. So he now
Oh.
was a tree, has 3 stems. Pero yung hindi niya kinat, diretso lang siya. Yun. So, isa na yun na na-learn namin na yung cinnamon pala really fights back, no? Pag i-cut mo siya, ay naku, pabawi siya talaga. So, yung kanyang tanim, we tested also yung tawag nila poppies, yung you cut it from the bottom around, then you leave about 1 to 2 feet. When we cut it, it grew back. Alam mo kung ilan?
How many?
10. 10.
Wow!
As in, wow talaga. So that's just on the trunk.
Oh,
When you cut
wow.
the stem, same din yung nangyayari. As in, around 10 din yung yung tumutubo.
Oh, so eventually it widens kasi mas marami yung branch.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, wow. Do you really need a big space for the cinnamon trees or not really?
Yung recommendation ng DNR is 3x3 or 4x4. But if it's a hedge, yung hindi mo talaga siya pinalalaki, pwede 2x3 meters yung distance. Tapos
Wow.
that's one, pwede mo siyang i-intercrop sa tawag dito sa kape, sa cacao. Sadali, I will have to say something pala. When you plant the cinnamon, you have to plant it in a partially shaded area. Kasi hindi niya kaya yung full sun. So yung
Intense heat, hindi niya kaya.
intense heat niya kaya. Yung isang nakita ko na naturally growing siya, no, ang katabi niya is almasiga. If you're familiar with almasiga, it's a really large tree. So, and to think yung distance nila is not even 1 meter. Maybe just around 2 or 3 feet. So parang yung nurture talaga siya ng almasiga. Yon. So the third thing about the cinnamon, it likes water. So marami akong nakita na cinnamon na it grows beside the river. Obviously yung river na yon, nag-overflow yon from time to time. Nakakaya siya ng cinnamon. So it likes water.
That's very nice. How about in your own home, Miss Tina? Do you have also cinnamon trees there?
Of course.
Wow.
Actually, I have already 4 kinds of cinnamon. No? So I have the cinnamon verum, which ayaw niya talaga din ng, on the reverse side, ayaw niya rin wala siyang sunlight. Yon. So I also have yung, of course, cinnamon mercadoy. And then the third, I also have the cinnamon mindanense. This one, the local name is Mana. No? The cinnamon mercadoy, the local name is in Luzon, Kalingag. In Negros, it's Kaningag. And in some parts of Mindanao, it's Karingag, letter R. It's minty, no? It's cinnamon. Imagine na parang local cinnamon that you buy from the supermarket. Just put mint. So that's how it tastes.
Wow.
But the cinnamon mindanense, this one is sweet. No? Sweet. Yung tipong parang may sugar talaga siya. In fact,
so that we have more than 25 known species of cinnamon here in the Philippines alone. Tapos 19 of which are actually only found in the country or endemic to the Philippines. Grabe ang dami. And it's such a refreshing topic to talk about cinnamon or Philippine cinnamon as a whole kasi most of us would think na cinnamon is from, I know, Ceylon or Sri Lanka or India, like what I've mentioned to you earlier. And it's so nice. Oh, meron pa lang 25 species and now you have 4 right in your yard. That's really cool. But
I
I'm
have to
also
say something about the cinnamomum verum kasi they call it the true cinnamon. Verum means truth, diba? Yung,
why?
yun nga eh. So others say that the other cinnamons are fake, no? Isa lang yung totoong cinnamon. Well, sa pagkakalam ko, hindi totoo yun. I also
Oo nga.
consulted Dr. Doronila and Dr. Picardal. In the world, there are about 250 species of cinnamon. At
Mm.
there is actually no criteria to say which one is true, which one is
Correct.
not, no?
Mm-mm.
Yung the closest that I can understand why it's called cinnamon verum is dati kasi, 'di ba, yung presyo ng cinnamon dati parang gold, no? So
Mm.
sa Europe kasi hindi nag-grow yung cinnamon. So
Correct.
ang nagdadala noon sa Europe yung mga Arab traders, no, in the that is passed on in the Silk Road. So
Mm-hmm.
syempre they want to hide where it comes from. So they make all stories about where it is. Kesyo ganito daw siya, kesyo ganito. Kasi nga gusto nilang itago kung saan.
Correct.
So hanggang napadpad na dito yung mga Europeans at nakita nila sa Asia kung saan yung cinnamon. And then finally, ito yon yung totoong cinnamon. Huwag kayong maniwala doon sa mga haka-haka where the cinnamon is. So that's why
Oh,
they, it's verum, no? Totoo. Pero sa totoo lang, hindi siya talaga, hindi siya yung isang true cinnamon. Kaya huwag kayong maniwala doon. It's really, tawag dito. I think that's the origin of the name. But in the world, there are 50 species of cinnamon.
I agree with you. Kasi like with Australia, di ba, they have a lot of species of eucalyptus. Sobrang dami din. Because it's a plant that's very endemic to their country. So, tama. May ano yan, logic yung sinabi mo na perhaps the Arabs are just trying to. And I noticed, no, most of yung kung saan nag-originate yung cinnamon are British colony. Diba? Parang like Sri Lanka. Indonesia was also, were they? 'Di ba East Indies yung Indonesia. So parang British colony din. Tapos India was also a British colony. Tapos Sri Lanka was also a British colony. So parang I just noticed na most of the source ng cinnamon, because you mentioned that way back. Wait, nandiyan pa ba si Miss November? You
I'm
mentioned
here.
that way.
I'll just mention, but before, pagkakalam ko, the world was divided by the two superpowers,
Correct.
which was Spain and Portugal, no? So
Oh, yes.
Magellan was Portuguese, but went to the Spanish court, no? So yung British na yan, they became a superpower later on, na, di ba? Kasi they got, for example, Sri Lanka from the Portuguese, so from the Dutch.
Mm-hmm.
Yung isa sa mga hardcore talaga na mga spice people are the Dutch. Yon.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
mm,
Indonesia pala is under Dutch din. Kasi parang East Indies yung tawag sa Indonesia before.
ang East Indies ata sa sa India. Ay,
Ay,
di
hindi.
ba? I'm not so sure.
Parang Indonesia. Okay. Basta
Okay,
yun.
okay.
Basta nasa kanila. So parang it's really nice na, oy, tayo rin.
Oh.
Meron din tayong pangbata. That's really nice.